Hey y'all, I'm at home sick, so I'm going to go ahead and do a little video demonstration for you guys about one point perspective. I want you guys to follow along with me as best you can and try some new things. So I'm going to start with my paper right here, and I'm going to create a vanishing point first. And then I'm going to, my horizon line, and now I'm going to choose my vanishing point, which I'm going to put right here. And then I'm going to draw a road coming out from that. And then I'm going to choose to draw a building. Remember, we start with our shape, whatever that shape might be. And then we take our horizontal lines along the road back to our vanishing point. And we draw a parallel line to cut that off from the top of the building back to our vanishing point. And then a parallel line to this line to top that off. This one's a little bit crooked, so I made that one a little bit crooked. Okay, anything that you put on the side of your building, if it's any kind of window, all of the horizontal lines are going to go back to your vanishing point. All of your vertical lines have to go perpendicular to the bottom of your paper. That's really important to remember. So let's just write that down real quick. Vertical, they have to be perpendicular to the bottom of paper. Horizontal, they can go two ways. They can either go parallel to the bottom of the paper, or they can go to the vanishing point. If they're going to the vanishing point, that means that they're on the side of the building. If they're parallel to the bottom of the page, it means they're on the front, this part of the building. So if I were going to add windows here, I'd keep it like that. All right, so yesterday my second period class challenged me to draw the Colosseum. So I'm going to just try to give you an example of how I might start that. I'm actually going to start with a box shape, and I'm going to draw back to my vanishing points with that box. And then I'm going to go ahead and cap it off just so I have an idea of where my lines are going to be. Then if I was going to create the top, I would turn this more into an oval. And I would need to do that at the bottom as well, so you guys could erase, get rid of those extra lines. If I was going to cut into it a little bit because it's crumbling or whatever, you can add that on too. You can also add windows. If I was going to add windows on this side, remember that the horizontal line has to go back to that vanishing point. All right, maybe there's some seating inside, since we can see inside. So there's a start to a Colosseum. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Somebody else challenged me to do a circle. So what if I want to create like a tube that people can walk through? So I'm going to draw this back to my vanishing point. And then what if I wanted there to be like a walkway that goes through it so that people can go through? Then I'm going to create this walkway, and I'm going to keep all of these lines because they're at the front of my object right here going horizontal, and they'll probably go all the way through. And then maybe they even come out the back to connect that building. Okay. What if I was going to add an additional road? So let's say I could add a road just going straight across my page. Erase this, now there's an opening there. I could add another road going back to my vanishing point. I can also build buildings that overlap my road. So if this building is right here, it's going all the way up to that road, but it's overlapping part of it. That's okay. So I'm going to draw from my vanishing points back here. They're actually already kind of there. And then you can erase here and here to turn that into a building. When you're adding windows, be creative. You can actually add a little balcony. You can add add different styles of windows, some larger windows, some smaller windows. You can do straight lines for windows. Depends on what kind of building it is. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to draw a car because you're going to be adding life to the city that you drew yesterday as your sketchbook assignment. And a car is one way to show humans and life. So let's say I have a car driving towards my vanishing point on this road. It's actually pretty simple. You just have to train your mind to think a little bit differently. So I'm going to draw a truck. And I'm going to start with the very back of the truck because it's very boxy anyways. And so there is my tailgate. And then I'm going to create the bed of my truck right here. And then I'm going to get these perpendicular and horizontal lines on here. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw a couple more perpendicular lines to give me the cab of the truck. And then I have to finish that off up here. And then I'm going to bring that back down. Here's another box right here. Maybe there's a window. And then the front of the truck is going to come out here. Maybe it's a really long front and it's going to actually go across my piece, down and back. And then I can go in and I can add wheels. He's off-roading a little bit. And I can fill in my truck bed so that you can see the depth of what's in my truck bed. I can add details here if I want to write something there, bumper stickers, whatever. So there's a truck. You could easily turn this into a car by kind of smoothing out these lines and putting your trunk in here. So I'll let you guys play around with that, see what you come up with. Another thing I could do if I was going to add a bicycle, bicycles don't have this dimensionality like the truck does, so I'm still going to start with a box, going back to my vanishing points, and within that box I'm going to go ahead and create the tires, and then I'm going to work from there to create the seat. Maybe the handlebars are up here, coming down there's a chain, so there's a bike coming out of the city. So I want you guys to play around with this, try some different things, challenge yourself, add life. Oh, one more thing, I want you to think about trees. If you're adding trees, they need to be perpendicular to the bottom of your page. They should not be sticking out. They should not be perpendicular to your street. So think about that when you're drawing those, if you're drawing those, and how that works. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I hope I'm back to see you tomorrow.